Day 2 of the Davos World Economic Forum Summit underway. WION is on the ground getting you the latest updates. The founder and CEO of DRIP Capital speaking to WION regarding Trump's tariffs, the role of AI in production, among other aspects. Listen in.
We're clearly expecting a lot to come out of this particular forum this time. What are your expectations and what is it that you're looking forward to the most?
Great. No, thanks for having me. I think it's a very interesting time. I think if you look at globally with what's happening with geopolitics, with tariffs, with the trade uncertainty, and this whole fragmentation which you're seeing across different countries, right? New alliances are getting formed, alliances are changing. So I think that absolutely impacts everybody, whether it's industry, governments, and people in general, right? So I would say that I think is obviously like going to be a big focus on what's next in terms of how the global trade ecosystem stabilizes and what happens there. I think the second thing which I'm personally quite excited about is we are seeing AI, I think, which was obviously which has been a buzzword now. We're really seeing AI in production. And I think it's super interesting to meet some of the industry leaders and hear about how AI is actually now practically getting implemented and what implication does that have on manpower, on jobs, and what happens next. I think that would be another interesting area which I'm super keen on sort of hearing about.
We did see in the last budget an announcement about more money being pumped into R&D, especially for our Indian demographics, like you mentioned. But speaking of the budget, it's going to be announced shortly.
Yeah.
What are your expectations out of it? And is there anything in particular that you're interested in seeing become reality for this financial year's budget?
Yeah. I think particularly given the tariff and the trade situation, more support to exporters and particularly MSMEs is going to be super critical, right? And whether it's the interest rate equalization scheme, which stands at about 2.75%, but sort of increasing that to 5% would be ideal, given that most of these MSMEs are competing with businesses from around the world. And many businesses actually have access to cheaper financing when it comes to, let's say, Southeast Asia, Japan, countries like that, right? The second thing will be that one of the things which we observe with many of our export customers is that they source a lot of raw material through imports and they have a lot of GST refunds which are tied, right? And oftentimes, it takes a fair amount of time for them to get those GST refunds. So if the government could fast track that would be, I think, something which will be great.
To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.